Hi friends, welcome back. I have got one more review today. So this is a book. It might seem very unusual. This is a book called Germany, uh, Memories of a Nation by Niel MacGregor. So this book is interesting in the sense that I picked it up at Kunjum bookstore. So typically when you go to a physical bookstore, you browse. So while I was browsing, I came across this book. I have interest in history, I have interest in art, I have interest in design. Also, I have interest in Germany because one of my clients, they deal with universities of Germany and we create content for them, social media content. So I just looked at this book. Now, Niel MacGregor is actually a very well known writer and art historian. He also is the director of British Museum, and he has written a very popular book, which I discovered later on, called History of the World in 100 Objects. So when I saw this book, and that's the beauty of browsing in a bookstore, that you look at this. I'll just open this for you. So it's a book which has got lots of. It tells you the story of Germany, its people, its culture, its history, its evolution through different artifacts. So and you learn so much about German language, philosophy, history, art, design, and you learn so much about yourself because you're reading it and you are understanding it, and you get a lot of answers to questions like, for example, what makes German products so beautifully well engineered? They are built to last. The cars like BMW, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, tremendous reputation for engineering excellence. So it is not a coincidence that Germany makes great products, well engineered products. There is an entire history going back to hundreds of years, and you learn that in a very readable, engaging way in this book. I'll tell you a few things very quickly. Lufthansa, German airline. Now the word Lufthansa comes from two combination of two words, Luft, which means air in Germany, and Hansa. Hansa was actually um, trading communities in the medieval centuries from 14th to 17th century. So what's happening was that in different German provinces, you had trading bodies, which would be like an association of artisans and traders, and they would uh, travel by water, by ships, through different parts of Europe and different parts of the world. So it was a network of connected communities, and a lot of influence of Germany can be seen in rest of Europe. Interestingly, there was an exchange of not just products but ideas, and it was a uniquely German institution, Hansa. So when the German airline was launched in after the Second World War, they called it Lufthansa, which means a tribute to the Hansa communities, the trading guilds of those times, which is medieval times, and so that is I thought was an interesting story about the name Lufthansa. Then you also learn about German art, German language, and yeah, for example, one of the most well-known writers in German languages, Goethe. Now, Goethe has written books like Faust, which is very popular book, and he wrote a very influential novel, which went viral before the word viral was invented. He wrote it at a young age of 25, 26, and that novel is also mentioned in the book, and you get to know the interesting facts about that novel. Then you would learn a lot of things about German, like this one. This is a product, a very functional product made by an artist. It was made in 1922. It's called the Cradle, and it is still sold. Like it is still manufactured and sold. So one thing about German design and German engineering is that it is built to last, and it is very functional. And then there are chapters devoted to Nazi period and post Second World War, how Germany bounced back, and then German reunification, and interesting stories about the time when Germany was divided, and there was Berlin Wall. In fact, the story about Berlin Wall and the Berlin station, the metro station, is heartrending. It will make you cry because it is very emotional story. So yeah, and attempts of people wanting to flee from East Germany to West Germany, uh, lots of interesting stuff. In fact, it reads like a very fast-paced thriller, though it's a book on art, history, design, and German people. But it reads like a thriller, and I think uh, the writer has done a great job. It is not easy to keep the reader engaged when you are presenting lots of facts around history, culture, language, but he has done that. I would recommend it to anyone who's interested in not history, you could be interested in art and engineering, you could be interested in design. Like, suppose you are very fascinated by the design of products like iPhone. You can learn so much about industrial design in this book. And obviously, I can go on talking about it, but it would be best if you discover it and discover the writer, discover his other books. Quite impressive. I quite liked it. So, thank you very much for watching my channel. I'll bring you more stories. And thank you once again. All right. Bye bye.